I am pushing myself to accept him because he kind of fits an ideal type of man that I would have want to marry or present to my dad. This story is one of the most shocking experience I've had in my mid-20s. So in 2017, when I was doing my diploma, friend and I started chatting. For privacy, I will not be mentioning names. I'll just be referring to him as friend. So now, friend and I are family friends. Like his father and my father used to work at the same place and they were friends. And one of his sister was my classmate in secondary school. And I know many of his younger ones, many of his younger sisters. I'm like a sister to him. So it's natural for us to talk and chat. And while we were chatting and talking, he started dropping hints that kind of shows that he's interested in me. But I was just ignoring all the hints. So there was a time I had my birthday and I told him, and he was like, oh, he wished me happy birthday. And I jokingly asked him to bring me a birthday gift and all that. And because we reside in the same town where I was schooling, so he came over to my place and when he wanted to give me the birthday gift, lo and behold, he gave me a ring as a birthday gift. And in my mind, I was like, what type of man gives a ring as a birthday gift if not that he has other intentions? So I gladly accept the birthday gift because the ring was so pretty and all that. Later on, he officially asked me out. Like he said it, he stopped dropping hints and just said it that he likes me and he wants to marry me and all that. So, and at the time, I was just about to finish my diploma. I was still young, and I said to myself, and there were so many reasons that at that time I said no to him. There was the fact that, okay, I was about to finish my diploma and I still want to further my school. There's this issue of him, his previous marriage. He has divorced his first wife, and then his second wife, even before he asked me out, like all the things he has been saying kind of hints to me that the wife is not really a woman that can easily accept a co-wife. Like from my perception, from all the things he has been saying, I was still young and I thought that this is not what I want. And genuinely at that time, I was not ready for marriage. I wanted to further my schooling after the diploma. So I politely declined his proposal and we were good. So, but eventually, because I said no, we started drifting apart. Like the communication was not there, just high and high here and there. I finished my diploma. I did not get admission to university. In fact, he even tried to get me admission to his university because he was teaching, he was a lecturer at a university in the town, but it did not really work out. I did not get the school and all that. So I came back to do a higher national diploma after my diploma. Friend is way older than I think he should be around 12 to 14 years older than me. So he's in his early mid 30s, like that at the time. So we drifted apart, just communication here and there. Then in 2021, while I was doing my first semester HND 2, friend called me that, oh, hey, I'm coming to your place, like I'm coming over to your side, your school. So me and my friend are coming to see you. And I said, okay, no problem. So I gave him direction and he came over and I went out and they were in a car. So I entered the back of the car and he was like, oh, how we've grown much and all that, because he asked me out in 2017 and it was 2021, so I'm more matured now and all that. So he said, oh, this is his friend Date. I'll be calling him Date because I don't want to mention names. So he introduced Date to me, that they were friends and colleague and all that. So he was like, he's Yoruba, so we are from the same tribe, and friend and I are not from the same tribe. So they asked a bunch of questions, and even the Date was speaking to me in Yoruba, and I was responding, and he was like, even me, I cannot speak fluent Yoruba. So in my mind, I was like, okay, same to same. So I'm more matured, so I know that he was kind of trying to hook us up, but I do not, I zero my mind that I will not even make assumptions. I'll just let everything flow and see how it goes. So after they left, later on, friend called me. When he called me, he was like, friend did likes you, and he said I should give him your number, and I've already did that, so he's going to call you. But just a reminder, I still like you, I still want you, so you have the choice to choose me or him. And in my mind, I was confused. Like, what is this one saying? You brought someone, you were trying to hook me up with your friend, and you're still saying that you still like me. That is it like you're giving me an option? Is it like I'm at a supermarket and like there are guys there that I should select from? So like I was confused. I was like, what is this man trying to say? After like 3 years and you're still telling me you like me and that I'm free to either choose him or his friend. So I just ignored it. I said no problem. So much later, Date called me. When Date called me, he was like, oh, he liked how I look. He liked the way I talk and everything. So he just professed that, okay, he appreciates me and he wants to go out with me. He's asking me out. And I said, oh, sorry, I cannot really give you a definite answer right now. You should give me time. And he said, okay, no problem, I'll give you time. So later on, I started thinking that, oh, I'm in my mid 20s. I think at that time I was 25 and I will soon finish higher diploma. And I know the next thing will be marriage. And okay, this is like a potential candidate for me. We are from the same tribe, even though his mom is not Yoruba, his father is Yoruba. So we're from the same tribe, and he looked responsible. He looked responsible, and he's doing well because he's a lecturer, so he's doing well, and he's in his mid 30s or early 30s. And I was like, oh, I think this is the one. This could be the one. And I said to myself, okay, I prayed about it actually. I did Isakara and I was like, maybe it's the one, maybe not. But there's this thing with me, like I cannot be with a relationship with someone I barely know, and I was not feeling him. There's this situation where you meet someone for the first time and then you click and you liked the person instantly. But this man, we really did not click. It was more of I am pushing myself to accept him because he kind of fits an ideal type of man that I would have want to marry or present to my dad. He's a good candidate and all that. But I was not, we were not clicking. Like I was not really feeling him. I felt he talked too much. He talked about himself, boast about himself. Oh, he has finished his masters. He will soon start his PhD. Oh, he did his masters and his what in Malaysia, and that he's this and that and that and that. So like he's not really connecting to me. It's more about him pushing things rather than really making things to just happen gradually, one step at a time. But I was like, let me not make a mistake. Let me just, because I'll soon finish school and then issue of marriage will start. Let me just be, since this is a potential candidate for me, let me just accept him. So, but I've not really given him a definite answer up until that time. Then I think a week later, when we were talking to each other with date, he was like, I should give him answer, and I was like, we will soon start our first semester exam, so I don't want to be distracted and all that. So, but he kept pushing. So one day, they did not tell me they are coming, just like the first time that on a random day, friend called me that he's coming to see me. He's at close to my school and he's coming to see me. He just called that, okay, did call that, okay, they are coming to over to my school, so they want to see me. And have I eaten? I said, I've not eaten. I said, maybe we could go out. And in my mind, I thought like we are going to go out on a date, like a proper date, like maybe to a restaurant and eat and talk, get to know each other better and all that. But they came, friend and date came. Friend date owned the car, friend does not have a car, so it was date's car. So it was around Maghrib time, I think 6 or so. So I entered the car and we started leaving. All my thoughts were we are going to a restaurant. So midway they started talking about, oh, I could get to see their place. They live in so place. I know the address, the street. I said I know the street. I know the name, but I've not actually been there before. Oh, I could see because they live together. It was the first time that date was telling me that they stayed in the same house with friend. So apparently they are staying in the same house, and I was like, oh, I didn't know. So he was like, I'll get to see friend's wife and all that, and I was like, no problem. So I thought, in my mind, I thought the arrangement was we'll go to the house, I'll get to see the place, I will also meet friend's wife, and then we'll drop friend, and then we'll head to a restaurant and eat and have a talk, a proper talk. But that was not what happened. So along the way, we stopped at a store and they bought drinks, water, and then juice. We went to the house, they opened gates, we entered the compound. This apartment was the first one, it was in the front. Then the second apartment, because there are two apartments, is friend's apartment. So we entered the apartment, it was looking nice and clean, and I saw some pots of aloe vera plants in front of date apartment. I was like, oh, I like aloe vera. I even have one, but I think I could get one pot from you, one aloe vera plant from you. And he was like, no problem, I can take anything I liked, even the other flowers that were there. I said I'm only interested in the aloe vera plant. We entered the apartment, the sitting room, and friend left us that he's going to his own apartment. So I was like, we are going to come to his own apartment later to greet his wife and all that. So when I sat down, there was no light, so, and it was already getting dark. So date said he's going to on generator. So after he on the generator, then friend now called him on phone that he and his wife are going out to grind some peppers. Like, I was like, it's around 7 in the evening, and he and his wife are going out to grind pepper. And don't they have grater or grinder or blender or anything? So in my mind, I was like, what kind of pepper are they grinding by 7 p.m? But let me not judge them. Later on, they started showing me around his apartment, the kitchen, his study room, which is the other room that he turned into his study. And I saw that, okay, he loves books and everything. He showed me his freezer, all the things he had. He had chicken, he had fish. By the way, I love chicken, but because of the way he was showing me around, and I felt uncomfortable around him. I refused to eat anything. I said I do not trust this man. Like, at this rate, I do not trust his intentions toward me. So I refused to eat anything. I was like, oh, I don't like boiled chicken. And he was like, I can fry it, or we could make a stew. We could put it inside. I have a stew in the freezer. And I was like, no, no, not today. I was not really. We went back to the sitting room, and I just drink the juice that we bought at the store while coming. I just drink a bit, and he played this movie, Breaking Bad. I remember it was Breaking Bad. So because I've not watched the movie before, and he has watched the movie, so he started explaining what the movie was about. I think it was a series or so. So, but I felt uncomfortable around him with the way he was doing and all that. So at the time, he was like, "Are you a baby? Like, are you a baby?" He was asking me that literally, like, "Are you a baby?" I was like, "No." And he was like, "Don't tell me you're that type of socially awkward girls like that." Kind of, he's insinuating that a bit culturally, socially backward or something, because I was not free with him. So, and I was like, no, that was not it. So he started behaving inappropriate. Really, I cannot really said exactly what he did, but it was inappropriate. Later on, when I said I want to leave because I felt like I'm not comfortable, friend that I thought I trusted was not around. He was not around, and I don't trust this man. I need to leave. So I wanted to leave. I said I want to leave, and he resort to being forceful. He was forceful with me. So I was like, no, no. So in my mind, I was like, God, not this way, not with this man, not this way, not with this man. At that time, I said, if I want to scream or cry or try to force myself out of him, I could not do that, because one, he's stronger than me. Two, there was generator running, so nobody will hear my cry. And three, I don't even know whether friend was in from the start and everything. So I got confused, but God came through for me at the time. And my number six started kicking, and I was like, this person, I think he's not that bad to do it forcefully. He's just wanting to show me that I need to just accept him and all that. So I now calmed down, and I started like, oh, I started talking gently, like, oh, please, it's not that I don't want this, it's because I'm on my period, and you know, when I'm on my period, I used to feel pains all over my body. I cannot really do anything. And because he was a science person, he was like, yeah, some people, and he studied anatomy. He was like, some people, some women are like this. They really do not, they used to get pain in some of their private parts because of menstrual pain. So he was like, yeah, but and I promised him that, okay, but don't worry, you know that we are starting our exams soon, and after exams, I'm going to come and we're going to do all the things that you want us to do. And he was like, yeah, in fact, let me show you what he did. That was exactly what he did. He was happy. He was fantasizing. He was saying a lot of vulgar words. He was fantasizing. Oh, he's going to do this to me. He's going to do this. I'm going to do this to me. I was like, I was just forcing a smile. No problem, no problem. You know, it was, I was a bit uncomfortable because it was my first time, and I did not really expect you to be like this the first time. So that was why I was like saying no in the first place, and I was saying I don't want and all that, and I was trying to cry. So he was like, yeah, no problem. So you're finishing your exams on Friday. On Friday evening, you're going to come to my place and we're going to spend the weekend together. I said, no problem. But I might not come on Friday. I'll come on Saturday morning, because on Friday I'll be tired from exam, because so after exams I'll need to like settle down, buy some things, look good for you and all that. He was like, yeah, no problem, no problem. he's going to say I should tell him on Friday, that Friday he's going to send me money to buy the things that I liked and all that. So I said, yeah, no problem, but for today, let me just go, because first I did not tell my sisters that I'll be late, and also I need to go and change because I'm on my period. So God came through for me because He really believed my package story, because I really acted well. I showed Him that I switched from someone who is being meek, someone who is being shy and all that. I told him that no, it was nothing. I'm all in, but let it be another day, and let it be after my exam, so that I'll be free enough to do whatever it is that you want. That was how he was able to like calm down. I was like, okay, no problem, let me take you back home. And he bought my story and we left to show him that I was not really afraid of him. I was like, oh, let me take the juice. And like, I could not really breathe well until we were outside the apartment, outside the sitting room. And he was like, let me off the generator, then I'll come and take you home with the car. And I was, I was like, God, thank you. After he off the gen, I told him that, oh, let me carry one of your aloe vera plants, because I just want him to feel like I'm genuine, I'm not afraid of him, and everything is fine. So I carried one of his aloe vera plant and we left. Up until that time, friend is not back from grinding pepper with his wife. And I don't think, later on I realized that I don't even believe that his wife was around at the time. So we left. He took me back home, and I was so shocked that I have to run to my best friend's place, like, see bestie, this is what happened, or this is what happened. And we were like, she told me another sad story, an incident like this. And I realized that as an adult, as an adult, I realized that many women have stories like this. Is that I should play along till the day I finish my exam, when he was finally expecting me to come, and then I will and now I'll not tell him my mind. I was like, okay, can I really play along? But later on, I buy into it. So I played along. Like anytime he called me, he used to refer to me like, I cannot wait for you to finish exam, and then we're going to have. I said, no, don't worry, no problem. Let me finish exam first. On Thursday, he sent me 5,000 naira to buy the things that I want to buy before coming, and to do transport to his place, because he said he will be at work, so he cannot come and pick me. So I should be at his place. He's going to leave his keys for me under the plants and everything. So I said, no problem, I'm going to come. So on Friday evening, he started calling me, because apparently I'm supposed to go there after my exams, and I did not. So he thought maybe I leave it till Saturday morning, like I suggested earlier. And then I sent him a long text that, see, I really do not buy into this your kind of lifestyle, and I do not trust you and everything. I sent him a very long text. Actually, I sent him on WhatsApp, because I cannot send long text as a text. So I sent a long explanation to him on WhatsApp that this is the reason that I cannot really be with you. I do not like your type of lifestyle, and I was really not going to come and all that. Sorry about the money that you sent and everything. So he called me and he was like, why am I being childish? Why am I being like a local girl? Blah, 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 blah. I was like, this is me. He was so bitter. I think at that time he said so many vulgar words, like trying to insinuate that he was not happy with the way I behaved, that I lied to him. And I put him in a situation where he was really anticipating and fantasizing this romantically, this thing that we were supposed to do together. So I blocked him on WhatsApp. I blocked him from calling me, and life moves on. I was waiting for a friend to call me and apologize, or even ask that, okay, that day, how did you go home? Like, what time did you leave? When I come back from grinding the fake pepper, I did not meet you. He never called. So later on, even though when we first discussed with my best friend, she was telling me that, Aziza, This man, this your friend, this your family friend that you said you trust is in it from the beginning. It was a setup. It was a setup. And I said, yes, now I believe you. The fact that he never called to ask that how far with my friend, were you able to patch up, if he's really sincere, told me that it was a setup and he knew all about the thing, his friend's intention towards me. So he never called, he never apologized, he never asked what happened, like nothing up until today, nothing. But for date, life moves on. 2021 I finished school, 2022 I started serving up to 2023. In 2023, a foreign number chatted me up, and when I saw the picture on the profile, it was date. It was like, he's in the UK, he's doing his PhD. How am I? How are you? And I said, I'm fine. He just thought of me and said he should check on me. And I said, oh, thank you. How are you? Oh, he started boasting because he loved to boast about his achievement. Oh, he's doing this and this. I said, congratulations. How about you? Have you finished? Blah, blah, blah. Are you married? I told him I'm about to. And that was it. That was the end. He did not really apologize the way he behaved with me that day. He did not, because apparently he felt that it was okay what he did, it was okay the way he behaved with me, it was okay to him, but it was not really okay with me. It was not. So, but I think it was his last lifestyle. But I'm not really angry at him for wanting to have intimacy with a girl. But at least if a girl says no, then you should respect the no and just move on, and don't try to force her. Don't say vulgar words to her. Don't fantasize so many things to her. And also, don't lie to her, because initially it was like, I like you, I want to marry you, and all that. And then it turns to like, are you a baby? Are you socially awkward and all that? So it proves to me that the intentions were wrong. So it was kind of lying to me from the beginning. And I'm mad at him, but I'm more mad about friend for betraying my trust, for putting me in danger. Because I believe even if there was nothing, like he asked me out and I rejected him, the fact that we were family friends, I'm more like a sister to him. Like literally, I'm more like a sister to him, because uh, our parents have been friends, have been colleagues for over 30 years, and I know his sisters. And I believe, would he really introduce his sister to a friend like date, and not really ask about how it went, and like know what happened, like why it didn't work? And even would he even intentionally hook up his sister with a friend that he do not trust or has questionable lifestyle and all that? He will not. So I felt more betrayed by friend than date in himself, because if friend did not really participated in all this, then date will not have tried any nonsense with me. And the ideal way is, when someone introduce you to a friend, at least you should look after that person. Like, you should check to know if the person is of good character, if you are even suitable or compatible with each other. But friend never did that, and I felt more betrayed by friend than even what date did to me, because apparently it was date lifestyle, and he thought I'm that kind of a girl, and he did not accept it when I showed that I'm not that type of a girl. He felt like I'm being socially awkward and all that. I'm more betrayed by friend than date himself. I'm sharing this story because there are girls like me out there, there are women like me out there who have faced similar situations, even more terrible situations. I think in my next video, I'm going to share a story about a near rape situation, and it's a very sad story actually. And I'm sharing my stories here because I want to speak about things like this, so that other women will know that they are not alone, and women that have similar stories can relate to this type of stories, and I want to document this so that my children will get to see this and know that there are really terrible people out there. Like, there are people that will never look out for you, because I believe with all the backstory I've given you, friends should be looking out to me. But then he put me in danger, in potential danger. He introduced me to someone whose lifestyle does not really suit me. Just imagine if that day something terrible happened to me. Like, will friend ever forgive himself for putting me in danger? Like, up till this day, up till today, I keep asking, like, why did friend not call me to ask how I left the house that day? How did me and and his friend patch up? Like, why did we not work together? Like, I kept asking, like, was friend really staying at this house, or is it just a setup to make it look like they were staying in the same house, and then he left with the with his fake story that he and his wife are going to grind pepper? Right, I did not really know the truth up to this date. I did not really know the truth. And well, thankfully nothing happened, nothing bad happened. It was a shocking experience, and there are more shocking experiences that have happened to me, and I'm going to share some of it on this channel, just so that women like me, or women out there, or single girls or small girls out there can relate and take lessons from it. I know I have made some mistakes and all that, but I think I'm going to make a separate video where I share lessons that I learned from this experience, from this story that I share with you here, because the video is already long and I don't want to bore you. So I'm going to make a separate video to really highlight the lessons I learned from this experience. So, and if you want to see more about my personal stories, please consider subscribing to my channel, and also drop your comments under the comment section and tell me if you have similar experience, if you have shocking or worst blind date, or even a normal date, just your experience that you feel like we can learn, I can learn from it, and others can learn from it also. I'm sure if you watch the story, you're going to learn. Like, even if you are a guy, you're going to learn a lot of things, because how could a man just want or demand intimacy on the first date? It's really something that I don't think someone who is very kind will really try to do that. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but that is just my belief actually. So if you want me to share more about my stories and experiences that you can pick lessons from, please consider subscribing to my channel, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.